Welcome to Science Her Way. I'm Anna Freire.
And I'm Robert Pritchett.
And we are very excited today to introduce you guys a brand new segment of Science Her Way that's all about quick, impactful insights from the world of science. Welcome to the 3-Minute Research Bites. Today we have a very special guest, Dr. Pritchett, for our 3-Minute Research Bites. Dr. Kelly Pritchett is here today to go over her research in 3 minutes. That's quite a challenge.
I'll start the stopwatch.
Kelly, welcome to Science Her Way. And can you tell us a little bit about your background and the main topic of your research?
Yeah, I'm Kelly Pritchett. I am a professor in nutrition and exercise science at Central Washington University. The topic is looking at low energy availability in a population of trail runners.
And what did you guys do in your study?
Yeah, so we were interested in the prevalence of low energy availability risk of disordered eating, and risk for exercise dependence and fueling habits in a trail running population. So we created a Qualtrics survey that included 3 previously validated questionnaires. So the LEAF-Q, or the Low Energy Availability in Female Athlete Questionnaire, to assess low energy availability, the Disordered Eating and Screening Tool, or the DESA-6, to assess risk for disordered eating, the Exercise Dependence 21, or the EDS 21, to assess exercise dependence, and questions around fueling habits during training. For example, do you meet the carbohydrate recommendations for training and competition lasting 1 to 2.5 hours in duration, and the same question for events longer than 2.5 hours in duration.
Kelly, what were the take-home findings?
So we found that roughly 43% of the runners were at risk for low energy availability and at risk for disordered eating, and 87% reported symptoms related to exercise dependence. Also, those in the female runners that were at risk for low energy availability, they were less likely to fuel sufficiently than athletes not at risk for low energy availability. And so this risk of low energy availability, disordered eating, and exercise dependence appears to be high in the trail running population. And we should emphasize meeting carbohydrate recommendations during training and competition to help avoid the negative health outcomes associated with LEA.
And what are your take-home message for your study?
Yeah, I think, restoring the energy deficit is going to be necessary for optimal energy availability. So in this case, referring to a sports dietitian to help reverse LEA. And then in the case of disordered eating, if that coexists with LEA, we need to include the psychologist, the sports medicine. It needs to be a multidisciplinary approach. And then, too, I just think we really need to emphasize meeting carbohydrate recommendations when going over the 2.5 hours in duration.
Perfect.
What a great paper.
Thank you. Thank you for listening, guys, and stay tuned for other 3-Minute Research Bites.